Hello lovelies, and welcome back to the Equestrian Manifestation Podcast. I am super excited to get into it today. So I know it's been a minute since we've had an episode. Life has been a lot. It's been a little bit crazy. I've moved halfway across the country, new friends. I went all in on my riding break, pretty much got rid of all horse things on social media, which for me is weird. I love sharing my story with all of you. I love creating with all of you. I love just doing all that I can to inspire all of you to create your goals and reach them and feel good about where you are in your riding journey. So to leave all that behind, absolutely terrifying. But I'm super excited to be back. No, I am not currently riding at this time, and I'm okay with that. It's out there. It's a goal for me in 2023. It's on my vision board, but it's not the be all end all for me right now. I've got other things I want to do, like getting back into this with you guys and rebuilding this social media and the community and really getting reconnected before I get back in the saddle. So I'm super excited about today's episode about redefining success as an equestrian and what does it mean to be successful as an equestrian. So if I'm glancing down, it's on my computer down here, but I wanted to try out this video format on the podcast and I hope you all enjoy. All right, so to get into it, success, as we all know, is not what it appears to be. We all think of success. What do you guys think a successful equestrian looks like? To me, that's like walking into the barn like you own the joint. Maybe you do own the joint. Maybe you're that top level trainer. That's what I was taught. So I'm super excited to get into what it means to redefine success as an equestrian. And what does it mean to be a successful equestrian? I don't know about you guys, but for me, when you say successful equestrian, I'm like, you own the barn. You own the joint. You walk in there, you do what you want. Maybe you're the amateur that like everybody knows the routine for. That's a successful equestrian. That's what I was taught. That's, at least for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you, what you think of when I say think of a successful equestrian. Maybe you think of an Olympian. Maybe you think of one of your equestrian idols. They are a successful equestrian. But what does that mean in the context of the rest of us? Because let's face it, we can't all own barns. We can't all be Olympians. And that's okay. You can still do those things or not do those things and be successful. Those things do not equal success. Success is a choice. Success is relative, and it's important that you identify what success means for you, especially as we go into 2023 and we're looking at our goals and we say, this is what I want to do. Spring is coming, summer is coming, getting into the show season. If that's what you want to do, what does that success look like? So the funny thing about success is that you can rewrite it. And I know that may sound a little bit crazy, but you're like, what do you mean I can rewrite what success means? Success is a personal choice. Success is something that you choose. You say, I am successful in this moment because of X, Y, and Z. Success is not something that is always defined by others. Yes, people are going to look at you and they may think you're successful or not successful because they have their own parameters of success. But as far as your own self-worth, your own journey, your own goals, how you feel on your riding journey, that success is a choice only you can make. And maybe it's something you work with your trainer on making, or if you have a riding accountability partner or just a friend that you like to ride with, you can work with them to define what does success mean for you, because it's not going to look the same as everybody else. And that is a beautiful, wonderful thing. So the first thing I want you to do when it comes to defining success is outline your goals. And you're like, that's easy. I know what my goal is. I want to show 3 foot this year, or I want to canter with confidence, or I want to be intentional about the time that I'm spending with my horse. And those are all great goals. You don't have to show and compete to have a good riding goal. I want to be completely clear about that. You showing is not equal to success. You can do success without it. If you're like, I don't like showing, that's fine. You don't have to. So outline what those goals are, and I want you to write it down if you're taking notes to this episode, if you're watching this or listening to this on your device, maybe you're tacking up on your way to the barn, or just trying to stay connected to horsey things in between. I want you to take a minute to think about what are those goals, and I want you to be really, really specific. I don't want you to be like, oh, I want to show 3 foot today or this year. Like, that's a great goal, but let's make it even more specific. I want to show 3 foot at this show series, or I want to be able to do it with this horse or with this level of confidence. Be specific, and don't be afraid to be specific, because being specific allows us to take the next step. It allows us to say, this is exactly what I want, because the second part of defining your success is determining what it takes to meet them. Exactly what is it going to take to meet that goal, to meet that success. So I'm going to use the example of cantering with confidence, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I've fallen off enough times at the canter now. I'm like, the anxiety's a little real sometimes. I'm like, do I really want to canter today? And sometimes the answer is no. And I'm like, you know what? That's okay too. So to canter with confidence, I know that I need to feel good about my seat. I need to feel good about my brakes. I need to feel like I have my horse connected and underneath me. And those are all things that I say, okay, when they're there, we are going to have a successful canter. And 99.9% of the time, that happens. So determine what it's going to take to meet those goals to ensure that success. Now, once that is determined, these goals are worked into our definition of success. Are you guys kind of seeing the cycle now? It's not success and goals and it's all up there in the clouds. Like, no. Here's your goal. Here's where you want to be. I say success is this. And maybe your goal is really aligned with it, and maybe it isn't aligned, but use those goals as rungs on the ladder to climb towards that success that you want to see. And I know that this is so much easier said than done. When it comes to outlining your goal, it can be as big or as small as you want. You can say, my success is to jump 3 foot, and I'm still learning how to trot. You know, maybe we need to shift what success means. Maybe success is trotting a cross rail, and then we work to the big one. But you can work your way up the rung of the ladder. You don't have to be at that very top spot to be successful as an equestrian. And this is something I wish somebody told me so much earlier in my riding journey. I remember I was jumping like maybe 2 foot, and I'm sorry guys, my hair is nice and big today. For those of you who are listening to this, you probably have no idea, but it's fine. But I was jumping 2 foot, and I was feeling awful about it. I was like, I feel like I am a crap rider. And no, I wasn't. For someone of my skill level, for where I was doing just fine. And I wish that I knew that success didn't have to be the big, bold, glamorous lifestyle that we see plastered all over social media. Can that be a goal of yours, like way down the road? Totally, go for it. I encourage you. I'm a happy amateur. I need a barn to go to. If that's what you want to run, go for it. But it's okay that your success is not what you see on social media. It's okay that your success is something as simple as I'm cantering with confidence today, and if I do that, I will feel successful. That is okay. There is no shame in that. And I think with this rise of social media, especially as we came through the pandemic and TikTok just took off, it was ridiculous. I love it. And these clips may be on TikTok, who knows? Just shameless self-plug. If you're not watching this on TikTok, if you're listening to the podcast, go ahead and give me a follow over on TikTok. It'll be linked in the show notes. But it's important that we don't get stuck in that trap of comparing ourselves to others and letting that determine our success. It's important that we say, my success is determined by me and me alone. And once you make that decision, once you say, I am the one who decides my success, you do not decide my success. I do. That's when you're going to start seeing that success as an equestrian. That's when you're going to start feeling that success. That's when you're really going to start growing in your riding journey. And when I say growing, I don't mean like growing and you're going to become an infinitely better rider. Maybe you are. Maybe that is the little spark you need to continue to that next step. But when I say growing, I mean mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You're going to start growing. you're going to start feeling better. You're going to start being like, you know what? I enjoy going to the barn again, because you feel successful, because you feel like you're doing well. And when you're doing those things, you're more likely to continue doing those things. So don't be afraid to set success where you feel it is accomplishable for you. It doesn't have to be all the big glamour and bold and big, bright, beautiful, shiny things that we see on social media. It doesn't. It can be exactly what you feel you need, whether that's catering with confidence. Maybe it is jumping 3-foot courses. Maybe it is finding that new barn to take you to the next level. Maybe success for you is just being able to go to the barn and spend time with your horse and feel good about it and go to the barn with intention. Whatever that success looks like for you, call it out, give it a name, define those steps that it's going to take to reach it. And I promise you are going to start feeling better about your riding journey. Even if it's just a little spark to start with, even a spark can start a fire. So don't be afraid to get started, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to leave it here for now, but I hope you guys can take this nugget of knowledge and continue to grow on your equestrian journey. If you like this episode, I would love if you liked or subscribe to the podcast, as it really does help it out. If you're watching this on my other social media, go ahead and give the podcast channel a listen, or a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff with whatever channel you're on. You guys are all awesome and amazing, and until next time, I will see you later, lovelies.